Hey, what's up, guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Deluxe Inhumans Marvel Legends Crystal and Lockjaw 2-pack set, which is fairly hefty, and I feel like this is a controversial product over here. For what's inside here, it seems like it's a bit much. We'll get into all of that soon enough, but I do like the artwork over here. That does look pretty cool. You can see Lockjaw on that side, you get Crystal on this side, and then you can see the Inhumans logo on the very top, and not much more at the bottom right there, but on the back you can see product shots and a read-up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. It is pretty heavy, so it's actually kind of making the price tag feel not so bad already. But anyway, we'll talk about it soon enough. Let's get to it and crack this thing open. And if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so.
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's Crystal and Lockjaw out of the packaging. And I went into this purchase not totally thrilled about it, and now that I've had these figures out of the box and posed them around a whole bunch, I gotta say I am mostly disappointed. I'm not really that thrilled about this 2-pack set, and I'm gonna get into the details of that soon enough. But my biggest gripe with this 2-pack set, just to get it out of the way, is that they did not sculpt a butthole on Lockjaw, and that really bums me out. Yeah, I just wish, okay, no, that's not a real complaint of mine, but I do have legit complaints. There are some things here that I actually genuinely do like, but for the most part, I am fairly disappointed. Anyway, let's get a closer look. So let's start by looking at the Crystal head sculpts, which I gotta say, I really do like both of these head sculpts. So I'm not just gonna be all negative over here, and I do give objective reviews, but I also include the fun factor, and that's where this set kind of is lacking. The fun factor, it bums me out a bit. We'll get into that more later on. Nice deco on the back of the head. I do wish we'd gotten some color variation for the hair right over here, but yeah, I really like how the face came out on this. It does look really good. And we have an alternate head sculpt where she's not smiling, she looks a little bit more serious, and the hair is wafting off to the side. Again, looking really good. You have the two circles, the deco right there, no paint detail or anything in the hair itself. And the body, it's the Shriek body mold. It looks good. I wish we'd gotten the Phoenix body mold with the ab crunch down here, but we've seen this body mold a ton of times. We get the pinless double jointed elbows. She does come with wide open hands. She also comes with a set of fist hands right over here, and she has her effects accessories. There's the Shriek butt and then pinless knees. They have the black painted on the inside right over here, and this is sculpted on here too, so that's definitely worth noting, is that they did add this piece of belt sculpt instead of just painting it. I do appreciate that. Looks like they did that with the new Electro figure too, where she has added pieces right there instead of them just painting them on, so that's always a bonus. I appreciate that. Well, I mean, bonus, no, it should just be standard. I don't mean to say it as like, oh wow, big deal, they sculpted a piece on there. No, they should be doing that. Anyway, she comes with two effects parts which frustrate me. She has her elemental powers, so she's got her fire and ice going on right here, or water, and it does look cool. I love getting new effects pieces from Hasbro, so that's appreciated. But I just don't like how they're intended to be hooked on, and I'll get into that in a second, but I want to also look at the flame effect right here, which I really do like with the gradient orange, and yeah, you get this little loop right here, which frustrates me. So if you look at the pictures on the back of the packaging right here, it just kind of looks dumb the way they have it set up. And I felt like the coolest way to do this was to put this on here in a way where the flame that protrudes outward the most is going to be in the palm of her hand. So it looks like she could be holding the fire, so that helps a little bit. And same thing for this effect too. It has this little piece that sticks forward, so you could do that. But I actually found it coolest to have that hoop go through the middle two fingers of the figure. So you could take this hoop right here and have it sink downward like this, and I feel like that right there is actually a cooler use. I don't know, you may not like that, but I found it frustrating to actually have her use these effects in a way where it kind of made sense to me or looked neat to me anyway, and this is the best I've come up with. You could also, I guess, turn this around like that, but you're going to see the hoop going through the fingers, and that looks dumb as hell. So, yeah, that's my favorite display option for those effects. I tried using other effects pieces just to have some fun with it, and I did find myself having more fun with these other effects parts. Just the functionality of these little hoops around the wrist, it's just not working for me. Roof. And here we have Lockjaw, which is not really a bad Lockjaw. I have the Mezco Lockjaw, and we're going to compare in a moment. But damn, man, I was hoping I would like this more, but I am fairly disappointed. First off, the way this interchangeable face feature works right here is not doing it for me. Look at that gappage right there. And I was thinking, maybe the wrinkles would settle in and make it kind of look like it's one of the wrinkles, and I did heat this up and try to smush it forward a little bit more, but that's the best I can get from it. And I don't know, that gappage just, you can see the space right there, right? You see the space? I see the space. So that bums me out. I mean, I do like the sculpt of it right here with the teeth and everything. The eyes are a bit cockeyed. I guess it's not the worst because his eyes are pretty dark and it's kind of hard to see it from far away, but when you look at it closely, his eyes are not looking in the same direction, so that's a bummer. You get the tuning fork option right over here, which I do like a lot. We have some very nice Kirby crackle sculpted right there, and that frosty white over that light blue looks really, really good. So I am pleased with this effect piece. That does look badass. And you do have the interchangeable face, so you can just take this off. And the interchangeable face doesn't really sit on there much better. I do like the paint on the mouth and everything, but damn, dude. And this one, again, a bit gappy. I guess maybe it's not as gappy as the other one. You got the tongue sticking out right there. I thought he was going to have an articulated tongue, but maybe I misunderstood during the panel over at San Diego Comic-Con. But yeah, the paint looks okay, on the snout and everything. I just wish the figure had some color variation. See, this gap right here is just not doing it for me. It frustrates me. And this is an expensive figure. I mean, the whole purchase is like $70, dude. So I just want things to look really nice if I'm going to pay a whole bunch of money for it. And we don't have color variation throughout over here. You get the tail, which does have articulation. No torso articulation. Nice paint right here at the bottom, though. I think that looks okay. I don't know. It's kind of weird seeing the darker brown seeping underneath it, but it's not the worst. The paws look pretty good underneath here, too. I do like that. And then, yeah, the legs are sculpted all right. Wish we had articulation in here, though. We have the articulated tail. And then, again, oh, God, no butthole. God, how could they? No, but I really don't care. To be honest with you, this whole feature right here with the sitting dog feature, I've had the Mezco Toys version around for a long time. I don't know, maybe a couple years now. Not once in the time that I've had the Mezco Lockjaw did I ever think to myself, man, if they only gave us interchangeable legs so he could sit down properly. I never thought that to myself. Did you, or if any of you actually have the Mezco one, did you think that to yourself? Like, man, if Mezco had just given us, the sit down feature, that would have just made this a much better figure. Whatever, dude. This doesn't look that cool to me, man. I'm not that excited about that. That doesn't, I want him standing up. And here's the other thing. I just think it's such a useless idea. I'm just not a big fan of it. If you want him sitting down with the regular legs on here, I can't even talk. I'm getting frustrated. He'll still sit down like that. It doesn't look god-awful. It's not terrible. He can sit down without having those interchangeable legs. That's okay. That's enough. Right? I don't know, dude. I'm not trying to be mad for the sake of being mad over here. It's just that I just didn't see a lot of use for the feature. Or if they articulated the legs right here, that would have been nice. That would have been a smart move. Let's go through the articulation really quick, because I am frustrated that the head doesn't look down that much. It looks up a whole bunch, which would make sense for any other dog. But not this dog. This is a giant dog. He needs to be able to look down. And he doesn't really look down. He just can, that's like he looks straight forward, but he can't actually look down at anybody. So that's frustrating. Of course, you could rotate side to side. It does pivot right here. It's on that dumbbell joint. The legs can move outward, and you could rotate them all the way around. And then they have hinges that move up and down at the paws, and they have ankle pivot. So I am happy that they have ankle articulation. The Mezco figure does not have that. And then you get the tail rotation and the hinge at the tail as well. Crystal right here, we know her articulation. We know this figure. It is hindered right here with the hair. And turning side to side only works going in one direction, obviously. When you go this way, it gets stuck, so you have to kind of lift this over, and it's getting kind of ruined, and you have to heat it up. This head sculpt, of course, is going to give you more range of movement. You can see she can look up a little bit with this head sculpt, but not a lot. She looks down just fine and rotates side to side just fine. Now, to measure out these figures, you can see that Crystal is standing at about 6¼ inches tall. And to measure out Lockjaw over here, you can see to the top of his head, he's just around the 5-inch mark. And then measuring from nose to tail over here, I'm seeing at about 7¼ inches, something like that. Oh yeah, and for your Lockjaw comparison, here we have our Mezco 112 Collective Black Bolt Lockjaw 2-pack figure. And here is our Marvel Legends Crystal 2-pack figure. And this isn't perfect either. Like, the nails are painted on this one, they're not painted on that one. And look at this head joint right here, it just wants to sink down on its own, and that's frustrating. That's kind of weird. But anyway, it does look really good with the paint detail. I love that it has a torso cut right there. I seriously wish this one did, especially because it's a Marvel Legend figure. I wish this one had ankle pivot. This one doesn't. This one has a light up feature, which the battery's gotten pretty dead on mine, but the eyes would get blue. That would be a nice touch to do with this one, but they didn't switch out the heads with it. So, I mean, overall, this one does look better to me. As far as the functionality of it all, it still has its shortcomings. I mean, you can make him sit. That's fine. If you really want your dog to sit, he'll sit. Sit, Lockjaw, sit. He's not really a dog, right? Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Out of these two, which one do you prefer? Then you can see, sizing them up side by side, you're getting a much larger figure right here with the Mezco one. So it is a bit larger. He's sniffing his butt. All right, enough butt jokes for one video. Sorry. Well, the channel's called ShartimusPrime. If you're upset, that's your fault. Then here's Lockjaw next to the Build-A-Figure Zabu, which is a much better figure. Holy crap, man. I mean, that's where my expectations are coming from more than anything else. This is such a great animal figure. This just not. Like, look how much cool shit that they did over here with this one, man. He's even got some paint detail right there. You know, the joints at the limbs, still got the tail, torso cut right there. We're not getting any of the goods on this one, man. What the hell happened to Hasbro? It looks like they just phoned it in. Like, when you see these two compared to each other, it's just like, what the hell happened here? I don't get it, but that's, I guess, where the majority of my frustration comes from. Look how cool this is, and then this one just is covered in weak sauce. And then for a Crystal comparison, we have our new 2-pack Crystal, and here is my Ghetto Gypsy custom Crystal right over here, and he bought this Crystal custom and sent it to me, I don't know, like 12, 13, 14 years ago. Maybe 16 years ago. I can't remember exactly when, but hey, thank you so much, Ghetto. Then here's Crystal next to her hubby. We have the blue suit Quicksilver with the new green retro card head sculpt on there, which looks pretty good. Then here's Lockjaw and Crystal next to the other Inhumans figures that I've had on the shelf. We have Black Bolt, we have Medusa, and we have Karnak. And I am happy that we actually have these. I know I've complained a whole lot, but still, getting more Inhumans is cool. I do like getting more Inhumans. Like Triton and Gorgon would be another cool one for sure, right? So, I don't know. There's a lot of cool Inhumans figures to be made. But unfortunately, a lot of them, they use the shittiest body molds available at that time. Then here's Lockjaw and Crystal next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Ooh, $70. Ouch. Hey, there's this big mean green guy who comes through that likes to hit letdowns. I recommend you guys get out of here quick. Whoa. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to show some love by hitting that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And big thanks for all you guys watching. I know these figures have been out for a little while now, and it is kind of weird to get into such of a bummer of a mood after seeing a whole bunch of cool reveals yesterday, even though I didn't like every single thing, especially that Professor X, but a lot of cool stuff yesterday. This 2-pack set, man, I was okay with the offering until I saw the price tag. It's just the price is just a bit much for what we're getting over here. I just think they could have done a whole lot better with the Lockjaw. The Crystal figure, I'm actually okay with. The Crystal figure, my biggest gripes are just the accessories, and it just took a while for me to figure out how to use those in a way that didn't frustrate me, but at the end of the day, I'm still frustrated with the accessories on that figure because I think they could have been way cooler. But I am happy to have the Crystal figure. The Lockjaw figure, I'm happy that they made a Lockjaw. I just think they could have done a much better Lockjaw. It's just as simple as that. There is cool stuff about it, cool details there. I love the Kirby Crackle and everything, but like, for real, it just feels like it's just falling short with that Lockjaw more than anything else. But it's sold as a 2-pack, so I will be rating this as a complete set at the price point of $70. Oh, man. I'm gonna give this Lockjaw and Crystal figure set a Sun rating of...
I'll wait for the Black Friday sale.
And that's because I still want it. If it's a Black Friday sale rating, that means I definitely would still like to have it. And this is one that I am glad to have just not the way I wanted it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to follow me over on social media, check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on Whatnot. We got another Whatnot coming up soon, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.